Oh, photo. Okay, okay. Let's take a photo and then we will move on to Srinagar sir session. Um, okay, can you all come on video for a moment? Okay, thank you. Smile, please.
Happy Monday, guys. Happy Mondays. Keep smiling.
It's
Happy
by
Monday, sir.
yeah, Amrita, you raised a hand for something. Okay, when I'm taking photo, speak about that. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Smile. Okay. Yeah, Amrita, your question or whatever you wanted to share.
No, no, I just wanted to add to all of our 84 members that don't take Pramod sir so seriously in terms of interview. There is a disclaimer. If you get lost for 1 minute, ask, I lost you. I didn't get the question. So,
Okay. Okay, page two. Can you call come on video once again, guys? Many people are in page 2 or off video. Just for 30 seconds. Hey Guru, finally you came on video. Thank you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, Prachi. Good to see you. Okay, guys. Thank you. And hello, Jaya. Hello, Anant. Okay, over to you, Srinagar, sir. Let's get
Yeah.
started. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Pramod. So very, very good evening, all of you.
Good evening, sir.
good evening, sir.
Good evening. Srinagar sir.
Hi. How are you
Good
guys?
evening.
Good evening. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, we will talk about this towards the end of the session also. So me and Pramod, we have created a one-on-one coaching and mentoring sessions also. We created several sessions. Of course, we have been doing this for quite a long time. And then, so these are all going to be very customized uh, one-on-one mentoring sessions for you, either for interviews or for the preparation or the on-the-job support kind of thing. Okay, and we will discuss towards the end. Just please make a note. This is a continuous list, and it will go on and on based on the customization required for you. All right. See, in continuation with the last session, right? So many of the or some of the participants reached out to me. This is a very important discussion point, guys. So whenever you face this kind of JIRA related questions, scenario based questions, so we cannot give a very generic or universal answer because every organization have their own customization, localization. So you have to say that in my HSBC, Rahul Khanna is the director. Rahul Khanna has given the direction like this, that when we do a story sizing or estimation, look at the table in our HSBC, as per the directional input given by the Rahul Khanna, the extra small size takes one story point. We need 1 day to complete cycle time. Maybe lead time can be 5 days. Okay, these are the tentatively agreed upon working agreements with the team. If it is a small 3 story points, 3 days cycle time, around 6 days is the lead time. If it is a medium, so and so. So if this is the case, for you to do the estimation, before estimation, we do sizing, right? For a story, sizing 135. Usually based on my experience with HSBC and Bank of America and this kind of large organizations, they will do only 1, 3 only. They won't go for even 5 also. 5 is not allowed. 5, there is no 5 story points there. So, but it is a customized answer. Okay. So when I say 3, meaning 3 story point, max 3 days. Okay. So if you look at the which status to which status in JIRA for only effort tracking, the answer we were discussing is like ready for dev to in acceptance. Why? Because we all agreed, like, before ready for dev, if the story is in new state, I have no role to play as a developer. Even if it's defined, I am not contributing. My effort not started. Even in tech review, my efforts not started. So as a developer, my effort, my tracking, time tracking started only for ready for dev onwards only, because definition of ready is available to me till in acceptance, because accepted is not in my hand. Now, Is this point clear to all of you?
Yes,
So the
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
answer is ready for dev to in acceptance only for me to do the effort, sizing and the estimation related to that. So we have to give a kind of very customized answer. All right. Similarly, what we were discussing for an epic in our organization, extra small epic is about approximately 20 story points. Maybe it may take approximately around 12 days cycle time, 4 weeks of lead time. This is the direction given by Rahul Khanna, the director of Agile transformation in my current organization. Like that, you have to give so that the interviewer or wherever you are, they will be convinced completely. They don't get into further more investigation, like whether you really know about this or not. Correct. So if it is an epic, the starting and ending workflow stages are to do to in regression. Before to do, as a development team, I have no role to play. And once it is in regression, I have role to play. Ready for production, it is not my cup of tea, because the operations team will come into picture. The validation testing, some other testing, as per those rules they will do. All right, Mamta, do you have any question?
Okay, so just quick question from my side. You said that in organization we take one story point as one day, but every organization is different, right? It could be, so one story point could be like couple of hours as well.
I agree, Mamta. That's what I said. In HSBC, my director, Rahul Saxena, has given this direction, because I cannot go against the direction of my director, right? We are all working, reporting to him. That's the reason why I'm kind of giving. I don't want to get into further debate and discussion. Your point is valid. Your organization, maybe they would have done that way. But this, where I am coming from, HSBC. Are you getting me, Mamta?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Shringesh, in my company, it's the same one story point, one day. But when it comes to like 2 story point, 2 day, this is what we plan
Correct.
based on the JIRA tracking.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. Because see, the intention behind the answering this question is to get selected. When you ask me that question in interview, I have to get 100% marks to that question. That is my intention. When you're on the job, the story is different. When you're on the job, there is a director, coaches, enterprise coaches, the agile playbook, everything they have documented. We will follow the book, rule book, and then we play. And there are 10 number of people are available to give clarification. Are you getting me?
Yeah, can you just explain cycle time and lead time if possible?
Yeah. See the cycle time. Yeah. Cycle time in this case, if it is in the, if you look at the stages, correct? Ready for dev. The cycle time will start only when the issue is ready for dev. So between ready for dev and in acceptance is 1 day. If it is extra small. In JIRA, when I say cycle time, when I say 1 day, the time taken between ready for dev and in acceptance, that is 1 day. If it is a lead time, it is going to be new, starting from new to, let's say in acceptance, because new is a where, product owner writes the new story and put it in a backlog. But as a developer, I have not pulled. I did not pull because it is not on an active sprint. So cycle time is where without minus delays. Lead time where all delays are being added. Simple.
Okay, thanks.
Got it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in simple fundamental thing, cycle time, minimal wastage of time, minimal waiting period and all. Whereas lead time, there is a waiting because product owner has written, he is getting some clarification, and then testing people have to give some clarification. Architect has to give some, there is a delay, process delay. That is why lead time is. So these two questions are very clear. You will be able to answer, right? This kind of situational answer.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Can I say one thing? We are doing a story point estimation, that is a relative estimation. right?
Yeah.
If we are saying 1 day for one story point, 2 day for two story point, then it's an absolute estimation. How we can say it is a relative estimation?
No. I didn't say that point. What I said was, in an organization, the team has divided on particular day. It is not universal. It is not.
Can I say that for his question answer? Can I continue?
Yeah.
See, 1 day for one story point, 2 day is two story point. This is based on the planning before itself. They'll be planned. So when it comes to like there'll be first off, second off. There's something called 0.5 story point. If the feature is going to be completed in within hours, it is going to be 0.5. That is something will be decided before sprint planning. And then when we mark the story points in the JIRA, then that's how 0.5 and one story point, two story points, it is coming across based on the planning. So here when estimation, there are few guys who come up with the feature, and before itself they'll be planning with the story point, how many hours they're going to complete it. It's what the developer will only decide it with based on that instinct. This is how it happens in my company.
Correct. Agree. Guru, totally agree with the answer. Also, we have to look at various other scenarios. Something like we have to look at something like it's a new team, very ekdam new team. So new team doesn't have any historical data. New team, they don't know what is one story point 1 day, two story
Okay.
point 2 day. They don't know. So it depends upon the whether it is a new team or already the same team working for 6 months to 1 year. They have historical data. So at that case, it may vary. So it all depends upon the discussion. It is not one universal rule. Agree, guys? It depends upon the people are using automation and people are doing manual testing. People are doing some DevOps, SRE. Things are very different. So this point, what we are discussing here only to how to answer logically to get a mark in the interview. I'm not getting into the debate of who has decided one story point 1 day. No, that is not the logic here. The logic is the cycle time, lead time, which state to which state you consider for a sizing.
How much complex story?
How much complex, how much dependencies, risk items, volume, unknown things. There's so many factors will come.
Story point on estimations, right?
Estimation. Absolutely.
Complexity and value. Not
Complexity.
But in interview, they asked me, how did they land up for that story point as one story point is equal to 1 day?
It is because we are new team. In my HSBC, we just started a new team. We don't have a historical data.
Okay.
We were together. We never worked together. We never worked on something like a bio authentication for ICE. We never worked on this kind of thumbnail impressions. It is all new to us. Complexity is different. Volume is different. Unknown things are very different. So many things are different. Automation we don't have. We have to do manual. So it depends upon various parameters. Nobody is expecting to give a perfect answer to this question. These are all not objective questions, guys. These are very subjective in nature.
And Nagesh, one more thing to add from our point, our company's perspective is we have Agile for many years, but very recently now they're standardizing it to make one story point as 1 day because every team, every LOB is operating in their own styles.
Correct.
So in order to at least standardize across, after so many years, now they're trying to standardize, saying, okay, consider it, for everybody to make it normal and standard, consider as 1 day.
Correct. Absolutely.
So yeah.
Correct. Yeah, agree. I think all your questions are very valid. All your answers are, I totally agree. Okay. So we are not really debating into who decide in the world one story point is equal to 1 day. No, that is not the objective of this discussion. The objective is totally different, guys. All right. We can discuss one-on-one if you still need some clarification. So we were already discussing this predictability in the earlier session, and then scope change. All right. And another important thing here, when it comes to PA epics, all right. When it comes to epic, last time we were talking about the one story level, team level. See, team level dynamics are very different, guys. And program level, art level, portfolio level dynamics are very different. So if you have to face a question in a safe related thing, okay, let's say you are implementing a safe, team level, program level, portfolio level and all. When you launch arts, Okay. In fact, when HSBC, we launched 10 arts, like, trade, finance, and then payments, and then, the platform dependencies and tooling and performance, risk distribution, like that. We launched 10 arts. Okay. While we launch new arts with the new team members, how do we measure this art level PA epics, PA epic metrics? Now, can somebody guess? How do you define epic predictability at art level, PI level? Any guess?
No, sir.
Okay, I will explain. No problem. But another question to you: this throughput, lead time, and cycle time, cycle time, throughput. What kind of metrics they are? Are they Kanban metrics, or Scrum metrics, or
They're
Agile
flow
metrics?
metrics, sir. They're flow metrics. They are particularly Kanban used in Kanban environment to understand the flow of work. As you said, Kanban is must be used in art. So art uses this flow metrics to do the predictability measures and
But
so
Prithvisha, like, there are many teams, Scrum teams only. They do only Scrum, but still they take care of this metrics. Even for Scrum also, throughput, lead time, cycle time, they measure. So my question is, this throughput, lead time, cycle time, what kind of metrics are they? Kanban metrics or Scrum metrics?
So Kanban metrics.
Yes,
Kanban.
Scrum metrics. They can be implemented. Implemented in Scrum only, with having a correct identification.
It's a Scrum metrics.
It is. It can be utilized in Scrum environment, 100%.
It is
And
usually
Sridhar,
used Kanban.
also.
Nowadays, now it is implemented in SAFe.
Okay, I agree. I heard all your answers, guys. So my answer for last 20 years of experience, this lead time, Kanban, and all, they are there for last 200 years in the industry, as long as manufacturing industry was there. See, manufacturing industry is there for last 500 years. So lead time, cycle time, throughput are there from manufacturing. We have taken from there. So if you ask my answer, they are metrics. Okay, lead time, lead time, throughput, and cycle time, they are metrics. If you are in a Scrum team, if you want to measure, you measure. You may want to call it as Scrum metrics. If you are, by chance, you are in a Kanban team, you want to measure those metrics, you may call it as a Kanban, but they are metrics. They are very generic metrics. That is what my answer is based on my 20 years experience. I will not. So I will not.
I totally agree, sir.
So I will not map or analogy with they're nothing Kanban and nothing Scrum to me. They're metrics, guys. My director told me lead time was actually 25 days for Epic. Guys, can you please do something and reduce the lead time from 25 days to 10 days is the important thing, because they promised their clients that, we do releases. Every story can be released. Every task can be released. Every Epic can be released. We wanted to reduce the lead time. That is what they have promised to the clients. And can you reduce the cycle time from 9 days to 1 day? We have to do what we have to do, we have to improve the efficiency, coding techniques, and then developer manifesto, and then DevOps, SRE, automation, code refactoring, all these things we have to do to reduce the cycle time from 6 days to 1 day. So they are just metrics. I have seen many times people are very strict about no. My God, they are Kanban metrics. Oh, no. They are Scrum metrics. So according to me, they are not like that. They are just metric. Whoever want to measure, they will measure. What is the purpose?
Can you just give me a very brief Epic predictability? What does it mean in very short?
Predictability is the one.
Epic predictability.
Epic predictability, story predictability. What were they are different?
Okay.
See, when I say the other day we agreed for a story predictability, right?
Yes.
Team level, they work on stories or tasks. Team level work items. Similarly, in a program level, the release train engineer, product manager, architect, business owner, these are the guys, senior scrum masters. These are the people at a program level, art level, PI level. They work on epics. They write epics. Product manager write epics. So the same thing you define for a story level predictability. It is more or less same thing, same definition for a Epic also, right? There is no difference. If you see the correct, do you agree?
Totally agree, sir. Totally agree.
It is just a work item. Epic will take 1 month to complete. A story I may take 2 days to complete. So throughput is different, lead time is different, and all these things are very different.
No,
All right.
predictability and velocity both are same.
No.
For you to get the better predictability, you have to get the better velocity. Velocity is story points. Predictability is how many stories you completed divided by planned into 100.
Yeah,
If you
same. How much I committed, how much I close. Both are same only.
correct, that's what I'm saying. Number of stories completed divided by number of stories planned into 100 is the predictability. How efficient you are, how well you are planned, how much is the slicing of the work item. So predictability, how effectively realistic estimation people are doing. It depends upon those parameters.
Sir, one update here. You are saying that predictability and efficiency are same. Is it so?
They're
For
related.
example,
They're related.
Definitely related. Definitely. For example, I have 10 of my previous velocity in my chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 sprints. I have my velocity. Now I want to understand in my future sprints what can be my confidence level of achieving a particular velocity. That is predictability. Efficiency is what I had planned. Now my expectancy that I planned right now based on my previous and how I achieved. This is like in the after it has happened, right? So one is the future, one is the past. Don't you think? The most question.
Agree, yeah. See, the thing is, if a particular team, you are part of a team, your predictability is 90% for the last 6 months. Assume
Yes.
You are working in a high performance team, cross-functional team, self-organized team. So your velocity is almost consistently 50 story points every sprint.
Correct.
Okay, so if your productivity or velocity is consistently more than 50 story points for every sprint after sprint after sprint. So next sprint, upcoming sprint, how much can I expect from your team? Velocity story points.
With a high confidence, 50
50,
story
right?
points at least.
Because for the last 6 months, you guys have been doing. Obviously, the next upcoming 1 month also you will do. That is what it will tell me predictability.
Correct.
I can guess. And so you are a very high efficient team. If I go to JIRA, I measure the predictability as 90%. JIRA will give me. So you are I can declare your team as a highly efficient team, highly productive team, and then self-organized team, cross-functional team, all those things. Correct? That is what is the logic. Predictability. So predictable. You are so predictable. You are so efficient. You have identified all the ways and means how to do the best. You all will give best out of the team members. Okay. Who want to answer this question? The question clear? Can somebody tell me, do you get this kind of questions in interviews?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Correct? Yeah. Anybody wanted to guess and give an answer? Assume and then give. Want to
average of each art and then average the total. Like last 3 sprints are like average of each art and then I guess.
Very good, Sita. I think
art will be for 2.5 months, right?
It can be 2.5 months.
So
3 months.
that like for if it is a 4 art, then it be average. If it is single art, then it
no wait,
absolute can be, right?
Srini, art is equal to team.
Yeah, art is team. Yeah, that's
art meaning team.
We can tell PI, how much PI duration.
Art is nothing but team of teams. There can be 5 teams or 10 teams.
Okay.
Art is nothing but how many teams are there in art. PI is nothing but duration, delivery engine, time boxing.
Oh, yeah. Go.
There's 2 different things. Art is different, PI is different.
So here basically you are asking team velocity. What would be the average team velocity?
Like multiple team, like 4 10 teams together, art velocity.
Yes. Correct?
Sir, my question here, should this metric be calculated on a story point basis, like on
Yes.
story basis, or is it calculated on a feature basis?
There is only last 20 years, wherever I worked, right, only story points. Then I have not come across any other unit.
No, sir.
My
Story point is
experience.
correct. Story point correct. But we are saying it is in a story. For example, stories has been completed, or it is features going to be completed in
Each
so many.
feature is equal to 1,000 story points. Whether it is a feature,
this is velocities in unit is story points.
story
In
points
that
only.
unit.
There is only one unit, story points, I come across. I have never come across any other unit anywhere in the world.
Understood. Understood.
Correct? Very clear, right?
Very clear.
Huh. So look at the answer. Do you agree with this answer? It is not a simple, straightforward answer, guys. It is the way you customize your answer, the way you localize your answer. In my organization, Rahul Saxena has defined this. When I say like that, do you further debate with me in interview?
Very good.
Okay. Guys, can you please mute all? We are unable to achieve this, right? We are not able to mute. Puneet. Hey, Puneet Chauhan. Can you go on mute, Puneet Chauhan? All right. So do you agree with this answer, guys?
Yes, sir.
Again, I'm saying 4 sprints is not universal. It is subjective. A particular organization decided 4 sprints to get the average velocity. All my answers are like that only, guys. Customized, localized answer. Get the name of the person whom you worked. So it is very authentic and very genuine answer.
Sir, one small clarification. Since it has mentioned as art, now in one art, there are 5 teams or 6 teams. Are we considering the velocity of all the 6 teams and taking the average in a PI level, or are we considering in a level just that my team's velocity is there?
See,
Yeah, same question. Yeah, I mean, because sometimes it is confusing when you say art, it is at the we are considering individual velocity of each team within that art, and then we are again making another average to come up with the art average. Is it like that?
No. Wait. I will tell you one thing. See, you are in one team all the time. You are in only one team, right?
Yes.
Always, each one of you are dealing with only one team, correct?
Yeah.
And you're always dealing with only one art and one PI. Is it correct?
Okay, so my
Wait.
within that art.
Let me clarify. Each one of you are always associated with only one team, one art, one PI. If you agree to that point, I'm talking about your team only. Why are you worrying about other team? Your team is different. Each team is very unique and different. I am not comparing your team with other team. Their team is different. They're all freshers. They're all experienced people. And then they do automation. They do DevOps. And then they do many things. Your team is different. The people, you're all highly experienced people or whatever it is. So I'm talking about only one team, guys. It's clear?
Correct.
What?
Then
One?
why
No,
mentioned
one
program
team.
level?
No, one team. One team in a program, meaning each team works with 6 sprints.
Yes.
In my HSBC, the PI is 3 months.
Yes.
PI is 3 months, means 6 sprints.
Yeah,
12 weeks. Correct?
Yes.
So we work on 6 sprints for every PI. So my team is having in each PI 6 sprints worth average velocity or not? Are you getting me? I'm very clear, right?
Yes.
I am talking about only one team in a PI, in a art, of the 6 sprints.
That means, Srinagar said, just to give some numbers, let us assume that each Scrum team has 20 story points. So that entire PI, we will be considering if it is 5 team, average, we'll take it 100 story.
No, Dhameshwar, that's what I will clarify.
Okay.
Dhameshwar, you are part of one team, right?
I am part of one Scrum team.
That's what I'm saying. You are part of one Scrum team.
Mm.
You have completed PI 9.
Okay.
In PI 9, how many sprints you completed? 6 sprints.
Yeah.
You said each sprint you have completed 20 story points.
Correct.
So average story points in all 6 sprints, how much?
20.
20.
Total
20.
120.
20 only. Average is only 20, right?
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So I am talking about only a team in a art or in a program. Likewise, everybody will take care of their team here. You take care of your team. Are you getting me?
Yes.
Very
So
simple. I'm not complicating. I'm not.
So we are only concentrated on my team's performance in the whole
That's
art
all.
for six.
Correct. Prithvi Shah, his team only. He's talking about his team only. How come he can talk about other teams here? Is it okay if Prithvi Shah talk about my team, Pramod's team? Is it okay? Not okay, right? We in our team, Elon Musk is there, and then there is something like Bill Gates is there, Jeff Bezos is there. You don't know, right? In my team, who are all, what kind of people are there? In your team, maybe all college freshers are there. You are doing manual. You are not doing DevOps and automation. So naturally things will be different, right?
Yeah.
So
as
always
a Scrum Master, I need to worry about only my team. As a RTE, he will take care of the
you're right. Absolutely correct. So the point is, all these metrics are meant for you and your team only. How best your team is doing over the period of PI 9, PI 10, PI 11. How your team is improving PI after PI, sprint after sprint, only your team. These metrics are meant for only that, not to penalize, not to weaponize, not to compare with anybody else. Somebody else may compare, let them, no problem. Clear?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Now, who want to answer this question? You may want to use Chat GPT, Gemini, Google,
True, sir.
anything whatsoever.
True.
True, right?
True.
Sonanda says true. Everybody agree?
Slight difference is there, but in general it is true.
What is that slight difference, sir?
Backlog readiness, I will say, is backing readiness. Backlog health is the health of the whole backlog grooming has been done. Is it done in the deep method? Is the business value has been identified? That is backlog health. Backlog readiness might be defined as that if the whole story points, all the stories in the backlog has been
But
updated.
Prithvi, this is objective question, radio button, only one answer.
Then true.
Okay. So everybody agree, guys? Backlog readiness and backlog health, both are same. So my answer is true.
So, sir, 1 second. Is that backlog readiness or backing readiness? It's you written as backing readiness.
Oh my God.
Backlog readiness.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm sorry, guys.
It's written backing readiness.
Okay. Now it's okay. Makes sense. Yeah.
Backlog only. English. I went to my daughter's home today. Something. All right. All right. Change the venue, guys. All right. So backlog readiness, backlog health. Agree now? This is objective. Radio button.
Yes.
All right. Now, who want to answer this question? Backlog depth. Please.
Yeah, I can try, sir. I'm not 100% sure on that, sir. But backlog depth is, for example, whenever we are doing a PI planning, right, we have a certain amount of objectives in hand. What are the features?
How do you tell me the formula in JIRA?
Not going to be.
This is how interview is going to be.
Yes. I'm not
correct.
sure.
You're telling a big story. No big story. Give me the formula in JIRA. How do you measure backlog depth?
Backlog depth.
Can be total number of stories.
Sufficient story for 2 sprints.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That is sprint backlog, right? Story points means.
See, what is the question? Can you read question, Tanuja?
How to define backlog?
ऊपर
Sorry,
क्या है?
art PI matrix, safe art matrix.
Then what is your question?
How do you define backlog depth?
Do we have enough backlog items to run the whole PI?
I think you guys are using ChatGPT or Gemini and Google and all. They're
I'm not
available with you.
using anything.
Use karo na.
Sir, I used ChatGPT is saying, should I use it? I mean, backlog depth. Yeah, ChatGPT is saying backlog depth is equal to total number of backlog item divided by average velocity. I don't know it's correct or not.
Can you read this, Amrita?
Yes, sir. Sir, ChatGPT is saying.
This the answer on the screen.
Okay, the number of sprint worth of stories, task, spike, or work item in backlog. Okay.
Do you agree? Everybody agree? Simple. I'm simplifying the answer, guys. I am not complicating.
Yes.
This is the simplest answer I can give. So you can remember till you pass that interview.
Okay.
Pappu pass ho gaya. But on working, your job is going to be very easy, guys. There are a number of people to help you Agile playbook at all. Okay.
Yes, sir, definitely.
Any questions? Next one. Answer.
False, sir. False.
True.
False.
False.
It's true.
Backlog depth is around 2 to 3 sprints worth story points. Guys, I want to confuse you. So I have not added user stories. I have added story points here.
False.
I want to confuse you. And then clearly shake you up completely and then disturb your mind, and then you want me to answer this. This is how interviews are going to be.
I would go with false.
Why false, sir? Why false?
The story points are estimated at the planning session, right?
But where is that I am written here? See, backlog depth I am asking. Did I say is planning or refinement or I am not asking anything like that, right?
But what is the necessity that they
it's true.
2 to 3 sprint worth of story points in the
Sir, this is the question, sir. You have to answer yes or no. You're questioning the question itself is wrong, is it?
It is a false.
It's false.
It's false.
Because of spike, we are not doing a story point.
No. I am not saying any spike or any work item. No. See, backlog is related to all work items. Backlog is heterogeneous, meaning in a backlog there can be stories or tasks or production problem, lessons learned, risk items. So many. There are 14 I was showing, right? The earlier session I showed you 14 type of work items. At story level there are 8 work items. So backlog is heterogeneous in nature. We really cannot talk about all stories or tasks. I do not know. It's always heterogeneous. Production problems, bugs, defects, lessons learned, spikes. So many things can be there in a backlog. Do you agree? The backlog is heterogeneous. You agree?
Yes, sir. 100%.
Yes, sir.
So that means backlog depth is around 2 to 3. Backlog depth, who is accountable, guys? Which role in Agile is accountable?
Product owner. Product management team.
Product management team.
Manager. Product manager responsibility.
Correct. If it is at a team level, product owner. At a art level, program level, it is product manager. I agree with you. Okay. So my answer is it's true. My answer is true. Because it is the accountability of the product owner. Worth next 1 or 2 months, there should be enough work defined for the team so that they can plan ahead, heads up, sprinting ahead. Okay, they will go ahead and it is depth. It is not ready. That's why purposefully I have coined this. It is a depth. It is not ready. So now the answer is true. Okay, and then
I would
now,
like to
Sir,
prefer
one
this,
question here. One question. You said 2 to 3 sprints, right? In one PI, we are talking about around 5 to 6 iterations of sprints. So should it be 2 to 3 PIs or
नहीं,
sprint
2 to
is
3
correct?
PI, 2 to 3 PI कितना 6-9 महीना हो गया, एक waterfall हो गया ना फिर ये.
Then it's okay.
It's a 3 PI, 2 PI. It's a waterfall. It is anti-pattern. How
But
is it
then
possible? Is it possible, guys, for 6 months, 9 months, the requirements are clear in Agile?
no.
नामुमकिन है.
No.
Then my question is, in one IPI, we are having 5, suppose 5 sprints we are having, right? We are only having backlog depth of 2 to 3 sprints. Will that be sufficient to run for 5 to 6?
ज़्यादा करो. If not sufficient, do for 4, 5 also.
Okay.
Who is stopping you?
Okay.
I
That
am
was
not.
my.
Nobody is stopping you. If it is possible, you can do it for 3 to 4, 4 to 5 also. But is it possible? Is the PO? PO has to provide all the backlog work items. If it is possible, you do it. If not possible, at least come second minimum 2 to 3 is okay. Yeah.
Okay. Clear.
But
Understood.
story points estimation and all, it's waste of time, no, sir. Actually,
No. It's not. It's not wastage. Yeah. It is getting clarity. Yeah, it's a
but
teamwork. Every team members.
yeah, I heard in one somewhere I read
No,
actually.
don't go into that extreme opinion. Our objective is to get selected positively. Don't
Yeah,
get into negative vibes and somebody said estimation
no.
is waste of
I'm not
time.
coming to that actually. I accept this. This is a good practice, definitely, because we are foreseeing something. Next sprint also is ready means we should be very happy. But my thinking here is they say 1% or 10% or okay, correct. 1% of the entire sprint time should be utilized for the estimating the backlog refinement. So in this case, if you see 2 to 3 sprints means it will be more than 1% of the total time, right?
No. This is very simple,
Okay.
Tomeshwar.
Yeah.
Every Wednesday there is refinement meeting in almost every company where I worked. Every Wednesday there is a refinement meeting owned by product owner.
Okay.
Every Wednesday, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, it depends.
Okay.
So what the outcome of the refinement meeting is to have a backlog depth in the initial stages.
Okay.
When it comes to sprint planning, then again they will do proper sizing, estimation, acceptance criteria, benefits and all the details, definition of ready. Backlog depth is not definition of ready. It's only high level. Correct? Backlog depth is high level. If it is a real detail, all technical inputs, DOR, acceptance criteria, benefit hypothesis, all possible details are available already, meaning it is called backlog readiness. That is the key difference. So I wanted to confuse you guys. So I'm asking these. They are all not straightforward,
Very, very
simple
good
questions,
practice.
guys.
It's a good practice.
These questions are not simple, straightforward as you think. Okay, you will be tied off in interviews. They will break you down in interviews. They will prove you are wrong. Provided if you are very authentic, you have all the answers, you are working hands-on, and then genuine experience, only you can answer these questions. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt. Okay, similar to Prithvi's question. So by the end of PA planning, each team has PA objectives. Like some are committed objectives and some are uncommitted objectives. So we derive all the work for that 4 to 5 iterations from that PA objective only, right?
PA objectives are discussed as part of the pre-PA planning also, 1 month before PA planning also. Shashi Rega. Okay. 1 month before PA planning, we discuss about the 40 epics and then 200 stories and 2000 story points. And this is what is the DOR, DOD. High level agreement will be done as part of the pre-PA planning. And then when it comes to PA planning, we get more clarity.
Okay.
If we are not getting clarity in PA planning, every week there is a refinement meeting to get more clarity. Every 2 weeks there is a PI planning. Every 2 weeks there is a sprint planning to get more clarity. There is always course correction. Always somebody is giving more clarity, more acceptance criteria is the detailed requirements. That is the reason why there is a course correction going back and to and fro. PO is available all the time. PO is the face of the customer. There are a lot of art to art sync, PO sync, Scrum of Scrum sync. All the ceremonies are there to get more clarity, to go more towards reality. If you don't get details in PI planning, it's okay. We have to move on in life.
Okay. So will scope creep happen during PI?
Definitely will happen. But that's the reason why we said 80% is okay, right?
80% is okay, but what will happen to the committed objectives?
See, if you look at once you do in this process, initially in PI planning, we write committed objectives, uncommitted objectives.
Yeah.
Why uncommitted objectives? Because Hitachi has to give me the hardware component, IBM has to give me the cloud server, Accenture has to give me the test server, Infosys has to give me the test plan. So it's uncommitted because they have to give me, so I will do the job.
Okay.
There are some dependencies, high risk items. So I put these things in the uncommitted objectives. If they give everything, Hitachi has given me hardware component, IBM has given me the cloud server, Accenture has given me the test bed. So everything will go as per the plan.
Okay.
So don't worry about that. Every Wednesday, there is a refinement meeting to
Okay.
get clarifications. PO is available. Every 2 weeks, there is a planning meeting to get more clarifications. Apart from that, there is a PO sync. All 10 POs, there is sync up. Scrum of Scrum sync. All 10 Scrum Masters, there is sync up. Art to art sync up. All PMs. Architecture sync. All architects. UI sync. All UX people. Operations sync. All operations people. What will they do in their meetings to get the clarity and provide to the team members?
Okay.
They're
Yeah,
all
got it,
possible.
sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Who is defining backlog readiness?
Product owner.
Correct. Okay. Can somebody answer this question?
How do we define backlog readiness?
Lavanya, you want to answer?
Yes, Shri sir. So basically, it is when it comes to the iteration kind. So how many stories have properly defined, and how many stories have properly estimated?
Give me JIRA formula to get the data. What formula used in JIRA to get this data?
Number of story points. Not sure, sir. Not sure.
Number of story points ready for next sprints.
Sprint. Yeah.
Ready mean ready matlab?
Prioritized or prepared.
Okay.
Defined and prioritized.
Readiness. Now my question to you. Backlog readiness. This ready, a definition of ready in JIRA, there is in dev. Ready for dev. There is a ready for dev JIRA's workflow status. You remember?
Yes, yes, yes.
So
Yes,
ready for dev in JIRA workflow status, and then definition of ready. This backlog readiness is all the same related.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I'm trying to tie the knot and connect all the loose ends, connecting the dots in definition of readiness, backlog readiness, and then ready for a dev in workflow JIRA status. They're all correct. If you map all those things now, can somebody now, Lavanya, can you read this loudly? Answer.
So backlog readiness is the number of sprints worth of stories, tasks, spikes in backlog that meets DOR. What is JIRA? Yeah. What is JIRA status of story for DOR, and what is JIRA status of task for DOR?
Tell me that status. Workflow.
Backlog.
No. What is JIRA status
Ready
of
for dev.
story? Ready for
Ready
dev.
for dev. Yeah.
Okay. What is JIRA status of task for DOR? Task. If it is task,
Ready for dev.
development किधर है यार? This is a task.
Sprint.
Sorry.
Ready for sprint.
No.
Task is a support ticket, technology
Yeah.
ticket.
Ready for in process, in progress are done.
In progress.
In
Okay.
progress. Yeah.
Okay, in progress. So really want to test you. Really want to test you whether you are very hands-on, how authentic you are on JIRA. Not only JIRA.
नहीं वो पढ़ रहा है.
Okay, not only JIRA, how clear you are, very clear about the concepts, guys. Okay. Next one.
Backlog readiness.
True, sir. True, sir.
True, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Huh. Who want to answer this?
How to backlog readiness, share your insights.
Have refinement sessions.
Wonderful, very good. Good point.
Frequent backlog grooming sessions.
Wonderful, good point. Really good point. Can somebody read these points loudly? If you read
Yeah,
now, you remember.
Yeah, backing readiness or backlog health. Conduct weekly backlog refinement properly. This will help improve backlog readiness or backlog health. For story, in JIRA backlog, status should be ready for dev, estimation to be completed. Only then automation tool will capture BR data. For task, in JIRA backlog, status should be to do, estimation to be completed. Only then automation tool will capture BR data. SDL or SDM should give priority information to the team so that the team can refine, estimate the work items in JIRA. The status of Epic that has to be maintained when in backlogs is to do and completion of estimation so that automation tool can capture the data regarding Epic level backlog readiness and backing depth.
Oh, sorry, backlog. Okay. So, okay. All right. Do you agree with that answer now? Backlog depth. All right. Anyway, 6 and 7 are related to 6 point related to JIRA query. That's okay. Filter. All right. So here when I say SDL means tech lead, software development lead, software development manager, tech leads. Now agree? You agree with these answers?
Yes, sir.
Only then team can improve on the backlog readiness. Okay. Who want to answer this?
It is a bug.
Bug.
Created by the sprint.
No, it is
No,
not a
no,
bug.
some research
Spikes are
activity.
exploratory in nature.
Spike is event we are working on that experiment and some research.
It is where it needs an investigation or a research.
It can be both, right? Both technical and functional also, right? It can be
It
either
can
way.
be both, sir.
Yes.
Technical and functional specs.
Either way. Okay.
If we want to get any insight, then we can use a spike.
Very good. All right. Can somebody read these points loudly? Very important slide. This is, I think, it's a gunshot question. I think many times I have seen people asking these questions in interviews. Agree, right?
Yes.
When to use a spike.
Can you read loudly?
When to use a spike? Use when there is uncertainty or lack of knowledge that blocks the team's progress. And how to make it time boxed. Ensure that the time spent on a spike is limited and planned within the sprint to maintain focus. How to avoid overuse of spikes. Limit the number of spikes to avoid turning them into a regular activity that could impact the sprint's delivery. Do we need to keep spikes in the backlog? Yes, document spikes in the backlog for transparency and to track knowledge acquisition efforts. Examples of examples could include technical feasibility studies, research, or exploring solutions to complex problems.
Correct. Now, let me give an example, guys. In what I have seen in the teams for last 10 years, let's say bio authentication for eyes. A team was doing, one of the bank HSBC, let's say. Okay. This is the spike is known to them 1 or 2 sprints before. The product owner will give a heads up. Guys, yours is the team. We have done a similar work earlier. So can you please work on this spike bio authentication for eyes, retina, some technology. All right. So some authorization technology, access controls and all. So the PO has given a heads up 1 or 2 sprints before. So they will do some R&D research and then chat GPT or Gemini, whatever it is. So, and they're ready in that sprint. So whenever a spike comes into picture, Wednesday 11 o'clock, nobody will tell you guys, this is the spike you have to work on. Never happens that way. Generally, it is informed to the team 1 week, 2 weeks, or 1 sprint advance ahead of the time. This is what generally happens. So it is not like discovery on that particular day. So if that is the case, it is very easy to negotiate with the product owner and then do some kind of sizing and estimation, all those things. All right. Yeah.
So one question on the spike, Hannah here.
Mhm.
Do we estimate the spikes as well? And what is the maximum that we can estimate?
Correct. That's what
Yeah.
I told, right, Hannah? So the thing is, normally all best product owners, they will not give surprises to the teams. Last minute surprise, generally no one will give. So if I am product owner, if Hannah is the developer, I will tell her 1 or 2 sprints before, so that you keep doing the research and exploration and talk to the people and teamwork, architect, developer, UI, everything. And then finally, when it comes to the refinement, at the time of refinement, you have some idea. Like it might take 5 story points. Actually, in HSBC, there is nothing like 5 story points, 8 story points. Only 1 or 3 only. It's a rule. 1 or 3. 1, 2, 3. There is nothing like 5. If it's a 5 story points, when will you complete? So it's a mandatory. You guys have to split it within 1, 2, 3 only. You have to write n number of stories. So because you are working closely with the product owner, he told me well in advance. So I prepared. So I will say instead of one spike, one story, I'll say three stories of 333. So it is not like one time, right? I am working with the product owner for last 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. I'm going to work with this guy for next 1 or 2 years. So there is a good relation built with this guy. It is a collective discussion. It's a game, 10-member game. It is not, nobody want to test you as a one person, right?
So in one of my previous teams, actually, there was a hard and fast rule where we had to maintain only 1 story point for the spikes. If it's going to be an analysis or an exploratory kind of thing, we were, stuck that way. But in my current team, I allow my team to, take more
Correct.
story points if it's required. So
I
in
agree,
that
agree.
case, it should be fine, right?
No, I agree, because it depends upon teams. Always, that's what I say. It is a customized answer, localized answer, what kind of people we are working. It depends. Obviously, that's why I always say I worked with Rahul, product owner. That is what he told me. So I did it. You worked with Mary in your team, so you did like that. It's okay to me. But in general, we are agreeing that what is a spike, how well in advance Pivo told me, what is the preparation, preparedness from my side, and how I prepared, we prepared. So it depends upon the entire team, how self-organized we are, how cross-functional we are, how communicative we are, and who is solving, who is helping you to, solve this issue, right?
Yes, sir. One scenario. Suppose in the middle of the sprint, can a technical challenge be a source of a need for spike in the middle of the sprint? I'd say. Suppose the team is not able to overcome a technical challenge, it might need some technical analysis or some research in the middle of the sprint? Can the scenario, in that scenario, you can decide, okay, let us go for a spike for this user story, since we are facing a technical challenge.
Yes, same question, Srisa. Yeah, suddenly it rises, like, in the middle of the sprint.
That is the impediment, not a spike.
Yeah, so I agree. Yeah, no, it's okay to me whether it is impediment or a risk. This impediment might lead to a risk. This spike can lead to a risk of non-delivering that user working software. That's okay to me. But the thing is it happening every week with you,
No,
with your
one of
PO?
one of it,
So it happened just like that. One time it happened. So we have formed a team. We took architecture team, and then we talked to the UX people, and then we spoke with the operations guys, and then this software development manager helped me. He gave me some microservices or API services. So somehow we took more help and we did it. But we agreed that if not this sprint, it is spill over. We can do it in the next sprint. It is all possible.
We can call it a spike or some other thing.
No, you all will decide. You
Okay.
all will decide whether you will qualify for a spike or a production problem or risk or lessons learned or a task or story. You all will decide.
Okay.
There cannot be one objective radio button kind of a objective question. No, this is very subjective in nature. Agree?
Got it.
Similarly, what I'm saying, right? When you say spike, right, it might maybe towards the functional side or a technical side. Correct? Can somebody read these points loudly if it is a technical spike? One of you. Quick.
Unclear task estimates. When the team can't estimate how long a task will take due to unknowns. Difficulty in task breakdown. When a task can't be broken down into manageable parts yet. Multiple solutions. When several possible solutions exist, but it's unclear which one is best. Unfamiliar technology. When the team is dealing with new or unfamiliar technology. Lack of stakeholder confidence. When stakeholders are uncertain about the proposed solution. Team disagreement. When the team cannot reach a consensus on the best solution.
Very good. Clear now? So now you'll be able to answer this. Anything related to spike, technical spike, how do we estimate? It's clear, all of you?
Yeah. So, and these spikes are not parented to any user stories like features or anything like that, right?
See,
they're usually unparented, right?
No, wait. First fundamental point is any of the work items, there cannot be orphan work items. That is the working agreement we had initially. Any of the work item, it cannot be orphan, meaning each work item to be associated with either an epic or a capability or initiative, something like that. That is the first working agreement. Meaning there is an epic which is having around 40 stories and then 20 tasks, whatever it is. So obviously any of these spikes should be child of an epic or a capability, undoubtedly. How come you will get suddenly some spike hanging somewhere? You should be attached to definitely an epic or some work item, right? Never happened to me like that in my past.
Okay,
So,
I'm not sure of that, sir, but
no. Wait, I'll tell you. Fundamentally, in JIRA and this work item flow in any of the Agile will work like a parent can have multiple children. Any child need to have one parent. This is the fundamental working agreement, the day one. So as per that working agreement, there can never be any, orphan item. Meaning, please attach this spike to this spike is a child of this epic. It is simple. What is the benefit of you, hanging this in air orphan like that, not attached to any epic? See, when you release a software, That release is based on an epic. Epic is equal group of work items. This is a bucket, placeholder, container. Do you think you want to release this spike alone to the end user? No, right? This spike should be part and parcel of a work item, group of work items. Ultimately, these has to be delivered to the end user. The deliverables, release management, release software, working software, group of these packets. You getting me, Hannah?
Yeah. Sure, sir. Think
Agree?
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I never come across any of the orphan work item hanging somewhere. They just come and go. I have never come across.
Maybe it was a thought which I had because and in some of my previous projects where I've seen these spike stories never used to be parented, and I often wonder why they were left like that. And it was a practice. Maybe it is. I don't know if it's a hard and fast rule that it has to be parented, right? When you said, I'm still
So if
thinking
it is
about
not parented, okay, let's say I agree with your thesis. If it is not parented, it's not hanging, it's an orphan. You did research and do what? What is the outcome of research? Where it will go? I agree that point. It is an orphan, no parent. You did research. You spent 5 days, 10 days. All intelligent people. You know, you have put effort. Where that effort will go? Where you wanted to track it? Somebody is paying you money. Client is paying you money per hour, per day. Where will you show this effort? Where this effort will go unaccounted for? Why at all we do research and just leave it like that for some time? You know, what is the benefit?
maybe that's one of the reason why they kept it like a one pointer and they left it open. This was practiced with one of the US clients. I'm not sure why they left it like that back
Yeah,
then,
maybe
but
you
I'll
can.
think about it.
Yeah, just get into details of in-depth, right? Somewhere somebody would have there's a traceability, there is a linking, there's parenting, and then it will be there.
All
Definitely.
right.
All
All
right.
right. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
In
sure.
the sprint, we can take some 2-3 hours and say it's a spike actually, spike hours, or it is supposed to be something specially. We have to align some sprint for that, like 1 week or 2 week sprint, something like that. How
Correct.
in practice it comes.
See, generally in reality, somebody is drawing lines, right? Who is that? Who is that? Somebody drawing lines here? Maybe some children. Somebody has given system to the children, kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I request one of you can you delete this? So guys, Domeshwaran, what happens, right? Always my product owners told me 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks ahead of the spikes. They never told me on the day one. They never told me on the last day. Okay. Sairam Maturi. Okay, they always told me in advance. So we as a team, we spoke to architects and the dev UX people,
Right,
testers.
delete it. Sorry.
Yeah. Sairam Paturi.
I haven't, no, I haven't drawn it. I tried to delete it, and that's why my name
That's no
popped up
problem.
there.
It's okay. It's okay. No problem. Absolutely. It's absolutely no problem. Okay. All right. So you got the answer, Domeshwar?
Yes.
Okay.
So it can happen in the middle of
No, no. Somebody don't see. Nobody want to trouble you. Can somebody mute everybody, please? See, this is a basic working agreement, guys. When we are not speaking, we'll go on mute. Basic working agreements, right? So that guys, what I'm saying, see, guys, product owner want productivity from me. Product owner's job is to get best out of the team members. Quick, smart, quick solutions. Agree with me?
Yes.
Any product owner, any product manager want to get the best out of team members today as early as possible. They will never give any surprises, unknown things trouble me, surprises and all. No, they always tell me well in advance. And they will support me. I am after all his team member. He's after all my product owner. Why will he trouble me? Why will I trouble him? We are just small family working together day in, day out. He always helpful to me to giving all the data, all the support. They tell me, go and talk to this John, his architect. Go and talk to this Robert, UX. They will give solution also. Getting right? Maybe these are the questions in interviews. I agree. Interviews will find they disturb you and then they trouble you and all is okay. All right. Tech debt. Correct. Who will answer this?
Srinaki sir, it is custom issue type.
Okay. What is the issue type name in JIRA for tech debt? Have you ever used any tech debt related work item and then there is a pending work, somebody Ramu has to do work. So you told Ramu to put that work item as what?
Refactorization.
Is refactor is there is part of your JIRA work item?
Sir, bugs.
Issue type.
So bugs.
Maybe risk issue.
So
Tasks. Tasks.
Story. So user
Or
story.
a story. Yeah,
Or maybe
story.
task or a risk issue.
So you used all the work items, right? So my answer will be like this. See my answer. Yeah, what happened, right? Rahul is the developer who created a lot of tech debt in my team. Last 2-3 months, he's doing like that only, Rahul. And then, so we discussed with Rahul. And then what we did, we investigated something like this. Okay. Why Rahul is doing like this? Why Rahul's team is doing like this? What made them to do tech debt? We investigated, we found the reasons. Okay. We found that Rahul, unknowingly, knowingly, they did this tech debt. So we discussed it with, as a team, we gathered, discussed, and we identified that this particular tech debt will get into story, or a task, or a risk, or a production problem, or a lessons learned. We discussed as a team. I am not saying, I am not, like Hitler, guys, any tech debt story, always. That thing will not work, right? So we formed a team. We discussed as a team, this kind of tech debt will get into a story in that case, that particular day. But in the month of July, the tech debt what we created went into a risk item. Something like that, you have to tell a story. But this is a reality. Agree? There cannot be one objective straight answer, no. Like the way in interview, they gave me a lot of scenarios and put me in trouble. And, I also will give scenarios and put them into trouble. But this is what it is. This is what happened with me like that in my company. Fair enough or not?
Didn't get Srinagi sir. Any example for this?
Can you read this? Loudly, can you read these points loudly?
Yeah. In the fast-paced world of software development, technical debt is an often overlooked challenge that can have significant long-term consequences. It's the accumulation of decisions made in the name of speed that can lead to costly issues down the road. So reasons behind technical debt are quick fixes and subpar deliverables, compromising quality for speed, inadequate testing, overlooking potential issues to meet tight deadlines, poor documentation, lack of detailed records, leading to confusion later, lack of team coordination, misalignment within teams causing inconsistencies, insufficient business and process knowledge, gaps in understanding leading to errors. Effect: technical debt may offer a short-term solution but can lead to increased maintenance costs and complex integrations in the long run, making future development more challenging. How to tackle technical debt? Prioritized backlogs. Ensure the most critical tasks are addressed first. Defined acceptance criteria. Establish clear goals to meet quality standards. Continuous integration. Regularly merge code to catch and fix issues early. Sustainable pace, balance speed and quality for long-term success. Okay. So managing technical debt is crucial for maintaining the integrity of your project. A proactive approach today can save countless hours and resources tomorrow.
Correct. What happened last month? Rahul was the developer. We had a working agreement like 90% is we have to use unit testing. Like that, you all have working agreements, right? Unit testing 90%, 80%. Yes or no? Every every organization has a working agreements. Like every developer has to do the unit testing 80%, 90%, 100%. Like that is there, right?
Yes.
If you only form working agreements and if you don't follow, you just run the code through JUnit, it will give you only 40% you have done. And then if you run the code through SonarQube, it will tell you tech debt is 90%, 80%. You have not refactored the code, you have not followed the inheritance or object-oriented programming standards. It will tell you on my face directly. You just run the code, SonarQube, it will give you a dashboard within a second. For every 100 lines of code Sri Nagesh have written, 20 bugs or defects or tech debt, design issues, architectural issues, and it will give me the dashboard. SonarQube, very powerful. It's a mandatory. HSBC Citibank, SonarQube is a mandatory. JUnit, mandatory. So if you don't make mandatory all this JUnit and SonarQube and this kind of some more tools are there, Jacoco, JIRA. I'm remembering my good olden days, 10 years back, we were using all these things. Jacoco, JIRA, JUnit, JFrog, Artifactory, SonarQube. Okay, they're mandatory, guys. If you are not using, obviously you will have to face this music.
Recoding due to performance poor, that is also can be given as a
Obviously.
technical debt, right?
Yes.
Sri Nagesh sir, I think we are
Yeah.
on top of the time. So
yeah, I think we'll stop it now and then we'll continue. All right, just 1 second. So I just want to tell you guys, please look at this. Pramod and me, we created a one-on-one coaching model on the job support. Your support to each one of you. We already have several people. We're helping them. So please contact me or Pramod if you want any help on a consultancy on a payment basis. This is not an exhaustive list. This is the ongoing. These are some of the topics which we already have. The PPT, the material, the templates, and then the content, everything is readily available with us. These are all high industry standard, like any other world-class material. Very, very practical. The way we work in other big banks and all, the same quality of the content will be shared with you. Real-time templates.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. Can you stop sharing, sir? Thank you. Okay. So we will have our next session on this Friday, right, sir? That's what we said.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, Friday.
Okay. So meanwhile, if you have any things, etc., just stop putting some comment over there here.
So we'll continue one more session like this, and then we'll close on JIRA. This Friday, we'll have last session on JIRA. It's not only JIRA, SAFe and other concepts also we're discussing.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. So please make a comment on your LinkedIn post as well. I just made a post on LinkedIn on this one. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Srinagesh.
Pramod.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Pramod.
sir.